Okay, you understand that you're looking at life in prison if convicted of two life sentences.
Hell no.
How far did you get in school?
9th grade.
And you read and write?
Barely. I could barely spell. I don't understand none of this, what he talking. And it's a conspiracy between these two right here.
Listen, Mr. Cromartie. Mr. Cromartie, what are you?
Man, I don't understand, sir. And
I don't believe you, Mr. Cromartie, because you act like you do understand it.
I don't understand, sir. Yeah. First of all, I have the right to face my accuser.
What are you asking me to do today, Mr.
You
Cromartie?
saying I don't understand.
Then yes, you do understand you have a plea offer of 25 years in prison.
All right, guys, this one is wild. We've got a sovereign citizen in court facing 2 life sentences. Yeah, you heard that right. 2. And the craziest part? He can barely read or write but still insists on defending himself. Spoiler, it does not go well. The judge isn't buying any of it and keeps things strict, shutting down his nonsense fast. So, what do you think? Is he genuinely clueless, or is he just playing dumb? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's dive in.
Williams, finish knowledge.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to put a few things on the record, Your Honor. My client had an offer from the state last week, and he did not wish to take advantage of that offer. My investigator and I went out to the jail, talked to him, went over things, explained everything to him. I gave him my advice, which was that I thought it was in his best interest to accept the offer. He refused that, and that offer was for 20 years with a mandatory minimum. He still has an offer today for 25 years mandatory minimum, and I've discussed it with him briefly over here in the box, and he's told me that he doesn't wish to do that, but considering the fact—
Your Honor, this man ain't even helped me in my defense. None of that.
Mr. McCarty, I told you I'd give you an opportunity to
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
finish.
What I was going to say, Your Honor, is considering, I've explained to him that his exposure is in the 3365, the attempted murder case is a life sentence, in that he's further exposed in the 2756 case on the tampering to an additional 30 years, since it was a tampering with the underlying case being a first degree. So I've explained to him his exposure. I've given him my advice. I've told him what I think is best for him. And he, as is his right, he's choosing not to do that. But I did want that on the record so that there was no confusion later on about whether or not I had informed him of the offers and how I advised him and that sort of thing. So,
Your Honor, my intention is to revoke those offers today, and I plan on moving forward next week. One thing that Mr. Williams mentioned, yesterday I filed the HBFO notice, which actually extends his exposure in the tampering case from 30 years to possible life in that case as well. Okay. So the maximum that Mr. Cromartie faces is 2 life sentences consecutive.
Okay.
I really wasn't aware of that. You hear what he said?
Yes, sir. But
so let me ask you this. Before the judge is going to give you a chance to talk.
Okay.
But in light of the fact that Mr. Sullivan has made this new filing, and now you have your maximum exposure is 2 life sentences, do you wish to reconsider your choices with regard to accepting the offer?
I don't understand. I don't understand. And being that he's representing me, we haven't even worked the defense in this case at all, period.
Okay.
And plus,
let's take one thing. Do you understand that you've been offered 25 years in prison?
I don't understand, sir. Yeah.
Then yes, you do understand you have a plea offer of 25 years in prison.
I don't understand because I'm innocent. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what.
Listen, you've entered a not guilty plea, so there's a presumption that you're innocent, or a presumption you're not guilty. So that, regardless of your claims or the fact that right now we presume you not guilty, you understand the state has offered to let you plead no contest to charges, and it'd be a 25-year sentence. And I believe, what is it? Is it a minimum mandatory 25?
It would be a minimum
mandatory minus the time you served in jail. No, I just need to. You understand that's the plea offer from the state?
Hell no. I don't understand none of this, what he thought, and it's a conspiracy between these two right here.
Listen, Mr.
Man.
Cromartie, Mr. Cromartie, what do you,
Man, I don't understand, sir, and
I don't believe you, Mr. Cromartie, because you act like you do understand it.
You can literally see this guy's brain buffering when the judge asks if he understands the 25-year plea deal, like he's waiting for it to hit 100%. He really thinks if he keeps playing dumb, the court will get frustrated and just let him go. Spoiler, that's not how this works. When you pull the I don't understand act, the court doesn't just shrug and move on. They order a competency hearing. That means experts step in to figure out if you're actually confused or just trying to scam your way out of trouble. And if you're caught faking, congrats, you just wasted the court's time, annoyed the judge, and made things 10x worse. So what do you think? Is this guy genuinely clueless, or is this the worst scam ever? I get why he's desperate. He's facing 2 life sentences. But come on, just take the 20 years and move on. You did the crime, now own up to it. Interview.
I'm asking for him to be removed off my
Raise
case.
your right hand to be sworn.
I do.
Wait till the oath is done, sir. Do it again, madam.
Yes, sir.
Raise your hand again.
Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. God.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Cromartie, state your name.
Jamel Cromartie.
What are you asking for today, Mr. Cromartie?
This name of this contract does not refer nor identify the male standing in this corporation. I, Jamel Cromartie, being forced to go against my will and my best interest. My right of due process have been impeded upon. Also, my 4th and 5th Amendment right have been violated. I invoke my rights of the Constitution to protect me and my best interest. I invoke my 5th Amendment.
Okay. All right, then you vote the Fifth Amendment right, so you're not asking to testify. What are you asking me to do?
First of all, I have the right to face my accuser.
Listen. What are you asking me to do today, Mr.
You
Cromartie?
saying I don't understand.
Mr. Cromartie, what are you asking me today? I'm gonna give you one.
I don't need him on my case.
Okay, are you listen, what are you asking me to do?
Or this one right here. This both them 2 right there. I got some that's conspiracy on what they trying to do.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Continue my trial.
No, sir. Motion denied. What else are you asking me to do? What are you asking me to do, Mr. Cromartie?
A fair trial.
All right, right now, you're gonna get a fair trial. Is there anything you're asking me to do right now?
I'm saying I don't need them on my case.
What are you asking me to remove them?
Yes, sir.
And then are you gonna represent yourself, or are you gonna hire another attorney?
I'd rather represent myself to get an attorney.
You already sworn in, so state your name again.
Jamel Cromartie, sir.
Mr. Cromartie, you're asking to represent yourself next week. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you understand that you're looking at life in prison if convicted of two life sentences.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand you've been offered a 25-year plea deal?
Yes, sir.
And when you said before you didn't understand that, you were not being truthful with the court. Is that correct?
I mean, I'm saying yes, sir, to say yes, sir. I'm guessing you're agreeing with me. I don't know.
No, I'm asking you a question. So you don't understand that. Is that correct?
Understand what?
That you have been offered 25 years in prison if you pled no contest and that would settle your cases. Do you understand that?
I don't know how to answer that.
You're going to have to answer my questions if you want to represent yourself, sir. If not, I'm not going to find you competent to represent yourself.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand you've been offered 25 years in prison? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you said before you didn't understand that you were not being truthful with the court, is that
It's a lot that's going on that I don't understand.
Listen to me.
Yes, sir.
You were not being truthful with the court. Is that correct?
I'm not gonna say I'm being truthful.
When you
I
said
don't understand.
you don't understand.
You got to talk to me in a level where I got to
Yes, sir. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you at the same level.
But some of that I don't understand because this some shit.
So you
that's going on.
you don't understand what's going on?
Half of it I don't.
How far did you get in school?
9th grade,
And you read and write?
barely. I could barely spell.
Okay. And do you understand if you represented yourself, you'd have to do everything a
I'm
lawyer
gonna
did?
do what I can that I've been trying to do.
Do you understand you'd have to do
I do
everything?
better than him.
Listen to me. If you want to represent yourself, you got to answer these questions. If not, I can't allow you to represent yourself. So,
I ain't trying to make a fool of myself, but Yana, I don't need them 2 on my case.
okay. You can barely read and write. Is that correct?
I learned.
You're going to pick a jury Monday morning. I'm not continuing the case. And you're going to try the case next week if you represent yourself.
Okay.
And you read and write.
Can't tell if this guy is serious or just giving the worst performance of his life. On one hand, I kind of believe he might not be able to read or write. But on the other, he's giving off major playing dumb to avoid consequences vibes. The best part? The judge isn't buying a single bit of it. He's got this sovereign citizen backed into a legal corner, and watching him squirm is pure comedy. But here's the thing. Courts don't just take your word for it if you suddenly claim you can't read. If literacy is really an issue, they'll bring in evaluations, appoint legal counsel, or even have someone read documents to you. What they won't do is throw out the case just because you pretend words don't make sense. So, what do you think? Is this guy actually struggling? Or is he just too committed to the worst act ever? I don't think it's a performance, but let me know your thoughts. Interview. This jury trial is about to go horribly for this guy. He's basically walking straight into his own downfall. Don't worry though. I'll be posting the second hearing as soon as I find it, and trust me, it's even better. This time, we've got a rude criminal who won't stop talking about his bond. Even though he already got one, went free, and immediately committed another crime. Let me know what you thought about the first hearing.